Oh, should turn that on. Sorry, so this is not loading for me. You might have to
Yeah.
show me or read it to me. Let me just turn the projector on. Now you tried them, a beer.
Yeah.
And did you get any of them right?
Yeah, I got like the ones like I didn't get them right. Those I have a doubt.
We'll do
Like
those
the fourth
ones
and
now.
fifth, but I got the rest of them right.
Now maybe I have to draw it because it's just loading too slowly. So, oh, thank you. Which one am I looking at?
It's fourth and fifth, 2A.
4 and 5. What about the town?
Yeah.
Town B is 6 kilometers on a bearing of 20 degrees from town A. Okay, so there's A, and then there's B,
And that's 6.
and this is a length of 6, yeah. And this angle here is 20 degrees. Town C is located on a bearing of 55 from town A. Town C is located on a bearing of 55 from town A. Okay, so I'm just going to put C here. And it's this whole angle they say is 55.
Okay.
Which means the extra little piece would be 35. So I'll just write 55 here. It's getting a bit squished. And it's 120 from town B. Oh, so need to
I think C is like there.
like here. Yeah. Goodness. Okay, and then they tell us that this here is 120. This is locked out, I think. But I think I have all the information. So this distance is 6. This angle is 20. And they said the whole thing is 55. So this angle here would be 35. Okay, and they tell us that that's 120. So we can imagine there's like a triangle here. I know this is tough. What do they even ask us?
They want length of
A to C?
of no CB and AC and CB.
The other two lengths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the word that perhaps confused you is the word bearing.
Yeah.
It means measured from the north.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 20 from the north and that's 120 from the north.
Okay.
Yeah. Now if we look, let's try and fill out the angles that we know. So
We know 35.
we know 35 is here.
6.
Yeah, that's 20. Now I'm going to draw a line here, straight line down, continuing from this. One of these angles here is 20. I wonder if you can see which one before I draw it in. So is it going to be 1, 2, 3 or 4? First, second, third or fourth? Which one is 20 do you think?
Third.
Yeah, this is a 20. Now, do you know why this is a 20? Because you have this rule in maths that says if you have this Z shape, this angle and this angle are the same. If you can make a Z, that's kind of like what's happening here. So that is also a 20. Okay, so if that's 20 and that's 35, we're doing pretty good because we have two angles and a side. It'd be nice if we could get this angle. So if that's 120, how much is this one? This little piece here.
180 minus 140.
180 minus 120. Just this piece here. That would be, yeah, that'd be 180 minus 120. That's 60, isn't it?
Yeah.
that's 60. And if that's 60 and that side's 20, then this whole angle here is 80. So if we just draw what we have now, we have this triangle. This side is 35. This side is 80. This side is 6. And of course, if we know that's 80 and that's 35, we can also know this side.
Yeah.
So let me see. 180 minus 80 minus 35. So that side is 65.
Yeah. Yeah, 65.
I think we have plenty of information now, don't we? We have 3 angles and we have one side, and we need to figure out this side and this side. So what should we use? Sine or cosine rule?
Sine.
I think the sine rule, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give you a minute. See if you can get the answer. And you have the answer at the back of the book as well, don't you? So we can check if we're right.
Oh, I got a negative.
Oh, that is quite bad, isn't it?
For
Negative
me.
distance, yeah.
Yeah.
First question. Is your calculator in degree mode?
Yeah.
It is? Okay. Okay. Maybe we better have a look. Which side did you calculate first? Of your B to C?
No, A to C.
A to C, and you got a negative. How did you do that? All right.
Mine is radian.
I'll try.
Yeah? Did you get an answer?
Mine is radian mode.
Can you switch it? Do you know how to switch it back?
That's why I
Oh
want to
no, okay. Now I got it. I think it was a radian mode.
Okay. Let me check. I have the books now open at last. Let me check the back. This is, what question number is this there?
4.
In chapter 2. Chapter 7 answers. Chapter 2A, is it? No.
Yeah.
2A?
2 and 4.
3 and 4?
Yeah, the fourth one of 2A.
Oh, fourth one, yeah. So what did you get?
For
Your distance.
AC, I
yeah.
got 6.5, and the other one I'm doing 8.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, it looks like the first one is 6.52.
Okay.
Yeah, we can calculate that. Let's go back to the question. What page is this on? 21. Okay, let's have a look. Did you get the first answer, Sevi?
BC is 3.7.
I think they said that, yeah. Let's write it down. I thought you said this was all easy, Sevi.
No, I swear to God, this is easy.
Yeah, well, what's taking so long? Come on. Chop, chop.
How do you switch from radian mode to degree mode?
Shift mode and then.
Shift mode. Oh, maybe not on this calculator, Beer. This one looks like a different one.
Okay, so I'll tell you
Angle
what
unit.
to do.
There you go. shift mode, and you see the way you have number 2 is called angle unit. You press 2 and you can pick which of the 3 you want. So you want
One.
degree then, yeah, there you go.
Let me write that down.
So, Abir, which would you, AC first, was it?
Yeah.
So you said the AC over sine 80, good, equals 6 over sine 65. You bring the sine 80 up to the right, and you got your answer.
Yeah.
What answer was that? 6.52.
I got 6.51. Maybe it's rounded off.
But yeah, maybe they're wrong. If you type
I
in,
don't know.
if you type it in exactly like this, 6 sine 80 over sine 65.
18. I got 6.5.
Oh yeah, I think they rounded it.
They rounded to 6.52. Okay. Now the next one, BC. You could use the sine rule again, couldn't you? You could say BC over sine 35 equals 6 over sine 65. And again, you can bring your sine 35 up. And what did you get here?
I did it like sine 80 over 6.5.
You used the answer you got. Yeah. I think that's fine. Why do you think I didn't do that though? What might be my reason for picking the other side?
In case our answer is wrong.
Exactly, yeah. So it means, and also in case this was rounded the wrong way too.
Okay.
You know, it's just a little bit safer if you could try not to use, if you could try to use, if possible, the original information. Yeah. So maybe you could type this in, 6 sine 35 over sine 65, and what do you get?
Oh yeah, same 3.79.
Okay. Okay. Alright, is that okay? Yeah? So, was really the only problem here that maybe the English?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said number 5 as well?
Yeah.
I'm going to switch to number 5 on the other computer here. Now, this is really... Is this loading? Let's see, duplicate. Can we see yet? Yeah, there we go. Now, I think this is an excellent practice question for the exam, okay? This really, really is the type I could easily imagine in section B of the exam, because the reason I can say that is questions like this, where it's just one triangle, that's more section A, because it's a little bit too straightforward. You know, something where they're like, oh, find, use the sine rule, whatever, that's section A. This is like section B, where you have a double triangle, okay? So let's work on this now. In the diagram, okay, AD, okay, so we have all the information on the picture, and we need to calculate this length, AB, and this length, CD.
Yeah.
Now, what we'll do this together. Just copy this in your notebook, and then we'll try and figure out piece by piece all the information. So if you can just draw a copy of this in your notebook. Okay, you drew a copy of this? Okay. And do you have a copy of this, Abir? Yeah? Oh, sorry, Savvy. Yeah, Savvy, just be careful with your picture that this line is not straight the way you drew it. It's at an angle. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me, look at this triangle. Is there any angles, firstly, we could work out? It's not looking great. Like, we know that this is 72, but that doesn't help us get this or this. And we know that this is 43. That doesn't help us get this or this. I suppose the only angle we could get because we know this is 72 and this is 43, we
Yeah.
could get this whole angle here. Now, I kind of feel like that might not be helpful right now because what we're looking for to begin with is AB.
Let's find the sides then.
Yeah, I think we need to focus on getting the sides first. Do we have enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, actually,
Sine.
I'm going to hit the pause button. I just spotted something. I want to see if you can spot it too. There is a way to work out
The
this angle here.
Yeah, we have two sides, one angle, so we can use the AD
Sine.
side to work the angle.
True, but there's an even easier way.
Cosine angle?
Even easier.
Sine.
Even easier.
Pythagoras? No.
Even easier.
Wait, don't say it, Sarah. Wait.
Yeah.
Can we just use
Sine.
180 to minus?
No.
No,
Now-
no, don't say it. Wait, give us a hint.
Half of angle A.
No, you don't know that that's necessarily
Wait,
In
give
the
us
middle.
a hint. Sarah.
hint.
Yeah.
Hint. It's something to do with the lengths that you know.
Okay, that 5 cm is CD side too.
5 cm is AD, and this 5 cm
So
I think
DB
is
side
DB.
is CD.
DB side is not CD, no. Well, you know DB is the same as AD.
Yeah.
You're told that they're both 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
That's critical.
We have two sides, one angle. We can solve for it. How
No,
can
I
we
know you
do
can.
that?
That's fine, and you can do that. You can do that. I'm trying to make your life easier. You need to spot something here. This length is the same as this length, which means this triangle is isosceles. These two angles have to be the same.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see it now. So what's this angle? This has to be 43. Now, didn't I just say a minute ago we could work out this angle?
Yeah.
So if we could work out this angle and we could work out this angle, could we work out this angle?
Yeah.
And if we know this angle and this angle, could we get this angle?
Yeah.
And if we know this angle, could we get this angle? And you see, all of a sudden, by seeing this, it falls into place. So I'll give you a minute to get all these angles now. I'll copy it too.
Sir, even
Yeah.
like angle D could be 43. Like
It could be
instead of
anything.
angle
We don't know. Well, if it works out to be 43, that's great. But we don't know that it is 43 from the picture.
A. So we can take any one of them as 43.
Huh? Oh, no. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it's this one must be 43. Because this is the isosceles triangle and this is the ground of it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, usually you draw the isosceles triangle, there's a base here, and then these two sides are the same.
Oh, okay.
Can you picture rotating
Yeah,
it?
the other
Yeah.
sides are the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Did you get these angles? I don't know if I got mine right.
Yeah.
Got the same angles?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did we want to get first? Where's my PDF gone? We wanted to get AB first. So, the two of you, what would be the best way to get this side here first, AB? What do you think? Cosine rule's fine, yeah. So you could say, yeah, both actually work here, don't they? AB squared equals 5 squared plus 5 squared minus twice 5 by 5 cos 94. So then that means AB is the square root of 50 minus 50 cos 94. What did you get there?
7.3.
7.3. What's after the 3? Or you don't know?
What do you mean?
Is it exactly 7.3 or did you round it off? It doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
7.313.
Okay, so we'll take 3-1 then. And now the next one is to get CD, this length here, from here to here. What would be the best way to get that now? I think the sine rule might work better here.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
AB, I got 13.1.
You got what?
13.1 using sine rule.
Oh. Can you just bash in root 50 minus 50 cos 94 and just confirm that? Oh, why isn't it? Oh, because it's not plugged in.
Yeah, it's 7 point.
Okay, so you used the sine rule. You said you got a different answer. Let's check that. So AB over sine 94. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Equals sine 43 over 5.
Yeah.
So if you type this in, you don't get 7.31? I find that shocking.
No. 5 sine 94.
No, the 5 is in the denominator, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I miswrote it. Apologies. I should have put the 5 on the top, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 sine 94 over sine 43.
Oh yeah, it is 7.
Okay, good. What did you do wrong, though?
I don't know. I think I put in something wrong.
Okay. CD, sine rule again. So
Yeah.
CD over sine 22 equals 5 over sine 72. So 5 sine 22 over sine 72. What's that?
1.9.
1.9. One more decimal place, please.
Oh wait.
We should use 3 significant figures. Did you get this, Sophie?
Oh, I was solving for the side AB.
Yeah, you got AB, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next one is CD.
1.96.
Now, in the exam we were doing last time, the 1718 version 1, wasn't it? What was the last question we did? Did we do the trigonometry one? Do you have it in your notebook? Like if you flick back, could you see what was the last one we did? That looks like your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Password. This looks familiar with the P's.
Yeah, B3A. Yeah.
B3A we did?
Yeah.
I see. Did we do B?
No, just A.
Okay. Okay, Sevi, prove to me how much you know this exam. I want you to do, well, the next part is the B, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. This APGP question here, this B one, should take you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Which version is this?
Version 1. How far are you in it?
I did it, but I'm not sure of my second one.
Part 2, is it?
Yeah.
And did you get the sum to infinity?
Yeah.
Can I borrow the calculators for a sec? I don't have one, and there's one thing I couldn't calculate. Okay, do you want to check your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. So, I did this while you were working too, and I got or is 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that? State the common ratio. So that's fine. Why does it converge? So you want to write something like, because or is 3/4, which is between -1 and 1.
Okay, I wrote it like in words.
Yeah, that's
Is
fine. So what did you
between-
write in words?
Like is between -1 and 1.
Fine, that's fine. Okay. Now, this one here, did you get the n is 7?
No, I didn't get it. Like, I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's zoom in.
So,
Yeah.
what was at the last step? The log 0.75.
This step here, yeah.
And I didn't write it as like fraction.
No, that's fine. Yeah, decimal's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I didn't have a calculator, so that's why I kept it like this until I could borrow a Bear's calculator to type this in. So you had the same idea, did you? That you make this formula equal to this, and you have to solve for n.
Yeah.
So what log did you have at the end? You had
I was
0.75?
just writing that.
Okay. A beer?
Yeah.
Did you say you got 7 or you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what did you do, or you were stuck?
I did like till like
Here?
10.7 power
Oh, here.
n,
Yeah.
and then I didn't know how to.
Ah, okay, so the step here is,
Okay.
you can change this. If you have a n equals b, and you want the n, you can say the n is log ab.
Okay.
Now the reason you can say that is because remember what the meaning of log is. If I write log ab, I mean a to what power gives me b, which is exactly this question you have here, isn't it? A to what power gives me b.
Yeah.
So the log can give you the answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got 6.8.
Yeah. Now this is because if you were using decimals, do you know what I mean?
So should I use decimals or?
No, because you said you got to this log line,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this
yeah.
was in decimals.
Yeah.
So because of this, you must have rounded something somewhere.
But I can round this, right?
If this happened in the exam, is it pretty close to 7?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, well, close enough. I think you're 0.86 there. You probably need more decimal places. But it's fine, because n has to be a whole number, so you have to say it's
You have to.
7. Okay, and the last part is this formula, S infinity. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Adair, is it okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, only the second one.
Okay. Now let's see. So this last one. Do you need to write it down, or can I
Yeah.
switch?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about this last part of this question? This gets a lot of students confused in the exam. The
I know that.
you know it already. The coefficient of x cubed is 5 times larger than x squared. Find K.
Okay.
You know this one?
I think.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if you can get it.
Okay. 613. Sir, can you?
Oops, sorry. Did you get an answer, Beer?
No.
It's not the next one.
answer?
It's wrong.
You know for a fact it's wrong.
Maybe.
Why do you think it's wrong?
Because I'm not sure of the method.
Okay. I don't know if I'm wrong too. It's a bit messy, this one. So let's have a look at it. What answer did you get?
I got 3.75.
3.75. What did you get, Sabi?
Don't even ask.
Okay. You know what? It might be worth checking what the actual answer is before we do it. So this is what number? What question is this?
B3C.
B3C. B3. Okay. What did you get? You got
3.75.
3.75. Not correct, I'm afraid. As you can see, it's 15/2. So let's have a look at it. Let's just see if you had the right idea. Okay, so the first thing is, because they talk about the coefficient of, what did they say, x cubed and x squared, here's me getting the x cubed coefficient. Now, did you get something similar to this?
Yeah, but I didn't take the 2 cube. I took everything else, but I didn't write the 2 cube.
What do you mean? You missed the 2 cubed?
Yeah.
So you had 6c3 kx cubed.
Yeah.
Okay, and the same problem here?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think you did that in the exam as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember you doing that. And this is the x squared coefficient, or the x squared term. Sevi, did you do something similar to this or not at the start?
Oh no, I got to here.
Let's have a look, see. You got...
The 160k.
Yeah, I see, and you have the 5 multiply in, yeah, okay. Oh, I see, so you did more than you really needed to, but if you're comfortable doing this, you expanded everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you took out the x cubed one, which is here, and the x squared one.
Yeah.
And you said the x cubed one, you have your 5 on the wrong side.
Yeah, and then I changed the side. I got 1,200k square with 160k cube.
Yes. And what's happening here? Is this k squared and k squared? Or?
No. Cancel that one.
Okay, cancel that one, yeah. Well, the 5 is on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So if you look here, the x cubed, this x cubed one here, they say is 5 times bigger than the x squared one here. So your 5 should have been on the right, not on the left. Okay.
Yeah, I wrote it on the right, but I didn't write the 2
But you
cube,
missed
but
the
yeah.
8 and the 16 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, because this is k cubed and this is k squared, you can divide both sides by k squared.
Yeah.
So that means the k squared is gone here, and k cubed divided by k squared is just k. And then you can divide this underneath. So it simplifies down to 15/2. Sorry.
No,
How's your calculus?
Oh, that's fine. Let's
Is
do
it?
that.
Is it?
Yeah.
mine's
And what about your exponential and logs?
Yeah, I love logs.
No,
No.
I don't like the perpendicular line, the A1 questions.
Perpendicular lines, okay. I give you a little homework so we can speed things up a little bit, just a little bit.
I don't
So-
know this before.
Huh?
The N and T and
That's what I'm going to give you as homework. What did you say about it?
I mean I'm not sure how to do these.
Yeah, so what we could do, but what about 5 and 6?
6, I don't know. 5 maybe.
Okay, so I think maybe 5.
6 I know, like sort of, but it's I don't think that's
Okay, rather than letting you struggle for these three in class, if they're a bit tricky for some of you, could you do 4, 5, and 6 at home?
Okay.
And then what will happen is next week I'll do 4, 5, and 6 in class without giving you time to try it. But once we get this paper finished, you do 4, 5, 6 at home, please, and then I'll do it in class. Then what I think we need to do is, between the 2 or the 3 of you that's here, we need to decide which topics we need to practice more of. And what we could do, so we could do more exam questions, or we could do questions from the book, C1, C2. So I kind of feel like your trigonometry is probably all right, right? It's not so bad. And what would you say about your algebra, like your quadratics and your cubics and your
That's fine.
long divisions? It's okay. And sequence and series?
That's fine too.
Yeah, sometimes a little tricky then. Yeah. Okay, so can you please do those 3 for homework for next week? We'll do them in class. We'll get the 3 of them done. And then after the class, we'll have a little talk about how we're going to plan what topics to cover for the next few weeks then. Yeah? Do you think that's okay? We can take out a calendar and we can plan maybe week by week what we'll study then. And if you want, we can even look at some in semester 2 topics as well. Yeah. I just want to make sure we have a good understanding of semester 1 first. Okay, we'll wrap it up there. Do we have class later today?
No.
Tomorrow then, isn't it? Okay. What happened to who am I missing? Moses,
Is
isn't it?
Ahmed in our class?
I don't know.
Ahmed's supposed to be here, and he's not gone to any of these.
Did he come last week?
No. I haven't seen him once for these classes. I think the problem is it's at 9 o'clock. I think if this was at 1 o'clock, I might see him.